Greetings RC friends, welcome to Props and Wheels. With this episode, I'm starting another full review of an inexpensive airplane kit, RC airplane kit from Banggood. If the plane in this box is any good, I think this is going to be a game changer. And this is my personal opinion. The reason I think this is going to be great is because this came with everything inside that's needed to bring it up to plug and play or PNP condition for less than $60. That means for about $100 or less, you can get this flying. I mean, if you are brand new to the hobby and you would like to get started with an airplane that is mid-size, and this is, I call it mid-size because the wingspan is a little over 1 meter or 100 centimeters. So that means that it is larger than 40 inches or more. And this can be set up also as a trainer if you do not set up the throws too aggressively, or you can set up as an intermediate plane. And I think if this is any good, this can be used as a trainer as well as an intermediate airplane. And if you are a completely new beginner, you can get everything up to the flying for less than $100. I purchased this kit when it was on sale for $59.99. Now there was a couple dollars of shipping. Let's say it was $63 with the shipping delivered to my door. And these days you can get a receiver and transmitter combo from, for example, Hobby King, is a very simple basic one for $26, $27. And this airplane requires a 3-cell 2200 milliamp hour LiPo battery. And again, at Hobby King, you can buy the brand called Rhino for $9.99. I just checked it, and I will put those pictures, those screenshots here so you see it. So when you add everything up, it will come up to about $100. So for $100, of course, you need a charger, but I'm not adding that. For $100, you will have something that you can fly, maybe by borrowing a charger from a friend. And especially if you have a radio already, which has memories for multiple airplanes, maybe an OpenTX, maybe a Spectrum radio or a Futaba radio, then you just need to buy a compatible receiver plus this and a battery. So it can be even less if you already have a radio. So do you think it is going to be great? Well, you have to watch the series to see. So in this episode, I'm going to start with the unboxing. In the next episode, I'm going to do the full assembly video. And then on the third episode, I'm going to do maiden flight when the weather gets better. And perhaps there will be another fourth video doing a longer flight review once I get used to this airplane. So I like cutting up the review videos into shorter pieces so you are not watching a 1 hour long video. So let's get started by opening this up. Alright, so here it is. Well, first of all, finally, this is an instruction manual in English, in color, and printed on high quality paper. Yes, the shape is kind of strange, but you can easily bend it, make it a trifold or something. But you don't have to. I mean, it basically tells all these steps by showing you pictures, and they have the explanations what you'll be doing in each step. Total 40 different pictures. And they even gave you pictures of the finished airplane. This is great. This is one of the firsts. Having seen something like this brings tears to my eye. My last project, although I enjoyed it, which was Cessna 182 Plus 1200mm wingspan, another kit, EPO kit from Banggood, but there wasn't any instruction. The instructions are in Chinese, And I found a video that was also in Chinese, so I had to watch it very carefully. And anyway, so with this one, I think it's going to go faster. So the full set of these nice color decals, so that's great. And by the way, did I tell you something is different about this? The fuselage is made from plastic. This is the same type of plastic used in milk jugs. So either polyethylene or polypropylene, I'm not sure which one it is, but it's very robust, resilient plastic. You cannot really break it. I mean, you may have a dent, but it will come back. I mean, you can basically push it back. So it's very difficult to break this thing. And it is quite stiff as well. And in terms of weight, I don't think you can get it lighter by using EPO because it needs to be much thicker than that. Here is what I believe is the center part of the wing, and a wing saddle. This is the horizontal stabilizer with the elevator. It's just very basic thin foam. I don't know what type of foam, but if you look here like this, you will see there is a carbon rod or spar already embedded here. So they have done it that for you to give it a stiffness. And the hinges are foam, compressed foam hinges. But they seem to be adequate. Same with the vertical stabilizer and the rudder. Same material. Resilient foam. This reminds me of the Dragonfly that I got from Banggood. And the surfaces, the horizontal and vertical stabilizer were made probably from the same foam. Here are the wing caps. And this is not EPO, this is not EPP, this is the old style polystyrene. Welcome back, polystyrene, after being away for like a decade. Nobody uses you anymore. Why are you here? Well, that's okay. I don't mind. I had plenty of polystyrene airplane. I still do have them. And you just have to make sure you reinforce it before your first flight. Usually on the leading edge and on the wing tips with some packaging tape or duct tape. And it should be fine. And when you crash it, if you crash it, make sure to pick all the little pieces, because there will be a lot of pieces. And make sure you pull them up and pick them up, and so that you have all the pieces when you are fixing it. In the worst case scenario, you can use some fillers, foam fillers. These wings, although they are not too long, they are wide. If you look at them, they are wide. So I'm assuming that this is going to be a floaty airplane. At least that's my guess. And what you have to do is you have to cut these foam hinges and probably put tape on this side. I mean, packaging tape may be okay. And to just create moving surfaces. And the aileron, the length of the ailerons is very generous. If you look, it almost goes about 80% of the wingspan, which means that you can probably set this up for pretty good, roll rates, almost semi-aerobatic. But for setting up for beginners, I recommend either do it on the transmitter with putting rates, to lower the rates, or just when you are connecting the servo horns or servo control arms to the control horns on the surfaces, put the wire into one of the inner ones on the servo and one of the outer ones on the control horn. So that way the throws are not going to be as much. Like when you give full deflection to the servo, these won't move as much as the other way around. So you can adjust that even after, just doing the first flight. If you're a beginner, definitely get someone who knows who is an accomplished RC pilot and knows what he or she is doing. Here is a nice bag of hardware plastic parts. 3 wheels, 2 large, 1 small. This is the tail wheel, these are the main wheel. From what I see here, we have rubber bands. That's the way you are going to attach the wing to the fuselage. That's okay. That's good actually, because then it will give some give. If you do a hard landing, touch the tip of the wing to the ground, it's not going to break, it's just going to flex. And some plywood pieces. And we are coming to the more important part, which is, as I mentioned, they provided everything you need. We open this package. Everything you need to bring it to a plug and play configuration. So the motor is here, nice little motor. The small metal spinner. And what else? We have the ESC electronic speed control. It looks very similar to the 30mm ESCs that I'm buying from Banggood. Maybe exactly the same, no name. I already used 2 of these, other planes, with great success, never had any issues so far. This Velcro strap, it's probably strapping down the battery that you are going to get. Some more control arms for the servos, or yeah, looks like it, additional ones. And here we have the adapters. These little ring adapters for the propeller. You know, this is a GWS style orange propeller. I don't know if it's a GWS brand, but it's style. 80 by 60. Is this the same 80 by 60? Yeah, they provide the same. And what else do we have? Of course, there will be some servos over here. Oh, good. So they also provided you the Y cable for ailerons. So one goes to right aileron servo, the other one to left aileron servo. 4 no-name servo. These look like 9-gram servos. They look fine. And that's it. So what else do we have? Sorry, I said that's it, but we have a couple other things. So this is the main landing gear. And this is this looks like the motor mount. And here is what I assume is a tray for all the components, maybe the servos and all that. That's going to go inside here. It's going to hold the electronic components and also give some stiffness. Here's the engine cowling. And finally, they put these long control rods for the elevator and rudder and tape them so you don't lose it when you are like throwing these out. So be careful. So don't throw it out until you check everything. Sometimes little pieces are stuck to these type of cardboard boxes, and you throw it out the cardboard box and you are throwing out some of the parts. So everything looks great. I'm especially happy about this full color, nicely printed instruction manual. That's English. And I'm just skimming over, but yeah, I mean, probably translated, but it's easy to understand. You have the very nice detailed pictures and it's a glossy paper. I think they did a great job by putting different types of decals on top and bottom. Do you see the bottom? So if you put these little diamonds on the bottom, red diamonds, it will be the telltale that you are looking to the bottom of the airplane. I like when the top and bottom of the wing is very different in terms of color or in terms of the scheme or both. Because that way, if you are upside down, you'll immediately tell the difference from far away. So what's next? Well, please stay tuned for the next episode, which is going to be the full assembly, the build video, and getting it ready for its maiden flight. And I'm hoping the maiden flight will be this weekend. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any suggestions, any comments, please leave them below. I hope to see you on the next video. Take care, bye bye.